Hello everyone, how have you been? I hope you have been doing very well and practicing your English. Now tell me, are you struggling to use the correct use and the correct form of basic grammar when you are speaking in English or writing a speech? Well, let me clear one thing. As a brand new beginner, you need to know all the basic grammars, and of course at the same time you have to get rid of the confusion of basic grammar, clause structure, definitions, differences and the uses. In my today's lesson, certainly you will learn the structure, differences and the uses of have been, has been and had been. But remember, when you make practicing, you will be able to develop your understanding the basic and the specific grammar structure. So, try to use them for your daily communication when you are talking in English and writing a speech. Before I start, it's very important here to mention that when you are watching this video, it's very important to give your full concentration. Well, now the basic thing, you can use have been and had been for present perfect tense. I repeat, you can use have been and has been for present perfect tense. On the other hand, you can use had been to say past perfect tense. So, now a question arises, what does actually present perfect tense means? Well, let me clear you this thing. Well, when you use present perfect tense, that means you want to describe an action that completed in the recent past, but still assuming importance in the present. So, you can use here have been and has been. On the contrary, when you want to describe an action that began in the past and it was still true on that time, that is actually past perfect tense. You can use here had been. Now, the second important information for you. The subject, the required subject. Actually, why to use have been, has been and had been. That means when you can use the subject before have been and has been. Have been. Before have been, you can use I, first person, and of course it's singular number. So you can say like this, I have been. Or you can use second person you in a sentence when you can say like this, you have been. At the same time, you can use their plural form, that is, they have been, we have been. Like this way, you can use their have been. Now comes has been. Where to use has been? You can use has been to say third person singular number, like it has been, he has been, she has been, or any kind of uncountable number. So I hope you understand where to use have been, where to use has been. Now come to another topic, that is had been. Well, you can use had been anywhere with any subject, like first person, second person and third person. So I'm sure this matter is also clear to you. Similarly, you can use have been and has been for present perfect continuous. I repeat, present perfect continuous. And in that case, of course, you have to use verb plus ing after been. Have been writing, have been doing, have been walking, have been studying, teaching, like this way. Similarly, you can use there has been working, has been reading, like this way. So, at the same time, remember, when using present perfect, you also use their for or since. But here is a note for you. For using for preposition, you can use to say, that means a period of time. But if you use their since, that means specific point of time or point in time. So I'm sure this thing also clear to you. Now past perfect continuous. The structure I said is very similar, but the uses are different. One is for present tense and another is for past tense. Well, so you can use had been for past perfect continuous, and as before you have to use their verb plus ing. Well, dear learner, next one, number 4, that is you can use have been, has been for active voice and for passive voice. Number 5, which one is also important for you when you want to see you in an advanced level? Well, for have been and has been, you also can use their recently and lately. Is this very tough? No, not at all. It's not very tough at all. So, let me give you an example. What is the example? Well, you can use like this way. Recently, I have been feeling really tired. I repeat it, recently I have been feeling really tired. Like this way, you also use their lately. Well, number 6, information for you. At the same time, with have been, has been or had been, you can use their always, you can use their still, never, ever, only. So, another example for you. You have only been waiting. Rest of the sentence you can use their for or since. It doesn't matter, but I have already cleared this in my discussion. So dear learner, I hope everything is very clear to you. Now, the last information but not least. You also can use this have been, has been or had been for asking a question. Like, where have you been? Where have you been? Or have you ever been to America? So, as I said in my discussion, my class, my video, that you have to give your full concentration, your attention, then everything will be clear. I'm sure everything is now clear to you. You can understand how to use, where to use, and what are the differences and the structure. Now, try to use them for your daily conversation in speaking or writing. So, thank you very much. See you later in my next class.